Hi guys, welcome to Cetking XAT workshop on decision making. In this section I'm going to talk about the decision making because decision making is one of the very new areas for most of them. It was introduced full time in 2011 and 2012. 2 years you might have seen decision making happening here. So today the agenda for this workshop is to give you the overview about the decision making. Fine, how decision making come, what it is all about. Number two, to prove that ethical decision making is out. Ethical decision making is not very common in the exam, in the question they ask in that. Yeah. So what we have is we have 6 workshops for decision making, which cover up whole gamut of decision making. All the things will be covered in that. These are our last year toppers, so this is kind of a motivation for you people. These are the few people whom you have to beat this year to be the part of the XAT dream team from Cetking. And so Anshuman Khosla was the highest percentile, 90.93 percentile. Now if I give you a shocker here that Anshuman was only around 94 percentile in QAT, but from there he made a very good comeback with 99.9 percentile in XAT. So what I'm trying to say here is that don't worry about your QAT is over now. Yep, so by the time you are seeing this video, QAT is obviously over. So don't worry, so that's your target. Now if I go deep down into the thing, there are 2 type of questions which they ask you in this section. One, they are the long type of question which are more like a RC. You have to read the RC and solve the question, and then there's some short question like a puzzle. Fine. So decision making, I would say, is between these 2 things. Yeah, varies between your RC and a puzzle. So last year, on average, long RC 16 questions based on your long decision making, and 9 questions were based on the shorter version of the decision making. And what is the best part is that these are 25 questions. Marks wise obviously were more, not the same marks. Last year the cutoff was only 6 marks, or decision making on average cutoff is only 6 marks. So all this thing you may make it from the short workshop. So even if you don't touch long questions, you can still get through the call for the required cutoff. Yeah, but that's not the main objective for the Cetking for this class today. The objective is that how to maximize your score. Fine. Now compare one question of first quarter of decision making with maths. Fine, with quant section. Quant section will be lengthy. Quant question will be difficult. Out of 40 questions of quant, even if you are touching 12 or 10 plus, which is 25% marks, you will get a call from XLRI. Fine. So level of the difficulty is quite low. Sorry, quite high in that. Fine. But the level of difficulty in this section is quite low. So that can show you a good marks, overall marks. Fine. Same like your GK section. These 2 are the most ignored areas, which is decision making in GK. Alright, so if I give you the level of difficulty point of view, 8 questions were very easy that you do identify and solve them. So that's the main target. Medium question 9 and difficult question 8. Ideal way to do this topic would be leaving the difficult question. The moment you touch upon a difficult question, you tend to go wrong. Let's remove that from life. That these are your typical breakup for the type of question you can expect in the exam. Now that's a very important slide which I wanted to cover. That out of the 25 question, if there are 25 question on decision making, out of that ethical decision making, which is the main topic or the main forte or main thing which any coaching institute and every coaching institute is discussing, is only 4 questions. So not even 20% of the paper is talking about the ethics. The chapter is normal decision making, it's not ethical decision making. So come out of that thing or grow up. Yeah. So main thing here is the business decision making. That's the main one. So probably 9 questions based on that. Fine. Ethical decision making around 4 questions. Then third section is the logical decision making. That's the third area. And fourth is the maths based decision making. These are the 4 areas. If you have joined Cetking or if you plan to join Cetking, you will get a workshop on each of them. Fine. So in Cetking workshop, you'll find these 4 main workshops. Fine. Followed by I'll be solving actual questions of 2011, 2012, 2008, 2009. Fine, to give a flavor for 2010, to give a flavor of type of question which are coming. Yeah. Now here I want to pick a one question which is based on the business decision making, and then we'll try to solve this question and look at the what is happening in this question. Yeah. So please pause the video. I don't know the quality of the video after processing will be as good to see this thing. So what I'll do is I'll increase the size as well so that you can see this question. So please pause the video. Now this is the first section. In the second part. Third part. And the last part. Alright, so if you try to read it together, so the Indian subsidiary of the Pepper Automobile Company, PAC, fine. PAC expects its new model limo, especially for the value conscious customers in India and China, would revive its fortunes. In order to prevent the customer from buying competing products, PAC announced the launch of the limo 6 months before schedule. Due to the unrest in the Indian supplier market plants, the delivery was delayed very usual. Hence, they decided to launch the limo in China as per the original plan. Within a short span of time, it captured 30% of the market share in China, which had 200% higher than expected. Indian customers who were booked were looking forward to the purchase of limo were becoming increasingly unhappy for the non-availability of the limo. Ginger's dealer were worried about the loss of the business from the customers who might switch to the other cars. Alright, so that's your point. And this is your question. Mr. Murugan from Chennai experienced the comfort of the limo during the visit to China. He was willing to deposit an approximate price of the limo to buy the first available unit from Mr. Ahmed, a dealer from Chennai, known for the fair dealing. Alright. The Ginger Automobile is yet to know the actual price in the process for allocation of the vehicle. In order to maximize his cash flow, Mr. Anand should. Fine. So please pause here and try to find out which of the following 5 would be the right answer here. Alright, so now we look at the individual point one by one. The cash collection, fine. The objective here is to maximize his cash flow. Fine. So number 1, collect the amount from Mr. Murugan. Later, when the delivery is delayed, blame it on the max. Now what I do in XATking, I find out the various errors which normally people make, and this is one of them. So that's the first error. Number 1 is no negative energies, no negative points. Fine. So it's kind of he is cheating on them. So it's also an ethical point that you cannot do that. You can just blame everything onto the person. So don't fudge the customer, because he is also known for the fair dealing, and he cannot compromise his brand which he have built over the years. Alright, collect 50% as advance and the remaining 50% after the confirmation of the launch date by the Ginger Automobiles. Alright, possible. So this point is very much possible. Collect the amount Mr. Murugan is willing to pay to deposit after clarifying the delivery date subject to the company policy. Alright, another good point. No, I don't want you to mark before you see the remaining options. Like normally here people tend to mark B or C. Let's do it for the two. No, collect the money, company policy, not to collect the money, but suggest to Mr. Murugan to the not collect the amount. Or not collect the amount, but suggest Mr. Murugan to the Ginger Automobiles. Now obviously that would be out. Not to collect the amount, but suggest to Mr. Murugan to the Ginger Automobiles. Fine, because we are looking at the maximize the cash flow. So D would be out for sure. That won't be the answer. To collect the amount and transfer it to the account of Ginger Automobile instead of keeping it in the personal account. Alright, then what is the fun of collecting the money if he's gonna give it to the Ginger Automobiles? Yep, so out. So answer is between B and C. Now what will you go for? Now number C point, if I look at, is very good point, that is willing to deposit, collect the money after clarifying the delivery date with the company policy. That is a very good logical, ethical business decision which you should be following. For answer is C. Fine. No doubt a tricky question. So if you have joined CETing, you see all the errors, all the common errors which we make to do this thing will be taken care of. Now let's look at this statement. Ram stole 5,000 rupees from his office when he was alone. So what comes to your mind first is that Ram is unethical, Ram is immoral. All these things coming to the mind. Yeah. But the problem is that we are looking at the decisions. That's the biggest mistake students do, that the moment they read the question they jump on the options. Fine, which are your decisions, while ignoring the criteria. So I want you to focus more on the criteria rather than the decisions. Fine. Now if I look at statement again, Ram earns 2,000 only per month with his kids in school and only earning member. His dad is ill and need money for the operations. Typical movie scene. Now you tell me, is this decision justified? Yes. Or if I give you the post this, that after he stole the money, Ram left a note on his manager's table that he is taking out 5,000 rupees on loan and he will be either repaying the money in next 1 week, or he wants his manager to cut it from his salary every month. Fine. Suddenly the same statement, same person become a hero for his family. Yep. So that is more important. So that's why decision making is more important if you look at the criteria. So decisions are not important, or decisions will be influenced by the criteria. So that is what I want you to focus on. So that's the reason I will be taking total 6 workshops on decision making. The first workshop is being the introduction, the one you are seeing now, introduction. Second workshop will be about the logics and the type of what is decision making all about, which is covered in the main CETing, accordingly along with all the main pitfalls where normally you have to save yourself from. Fine. So all those things will be taken care of in the second video. Third video, then we'll go to the topic wise, like your business based decision making, your number 4 logic based, number 5 ethics, and number 6 will be the main one, logic based decision making. So business decision making, logic decision making are the main one. Ethic based and quant based are the second important one. Fine. So total 6 workshop will be there in your dashboard if you are joining CETing. Fine. Second part is the ethical decision making, which question you have already seen with the various coaching institutes. Next is the logic based decision making, where they give you aeroplane go from A to B, B to C, C to D, and his profitability is counted by his family. Alright. So at CETing we have a XAT program which includes all you need for XAT, which is mocks, GK module, because again GK is a very important area. These are GK like easy marks. Yeah, workshops, decision making, essay writing, and GDP. All these things are included in the package. Fine. So please go to our cetking.com or call us on 9820500380. Sorry, that number is 9820500380. Alright. All the best. Thank you.